How many of you realize that unless you're on page 1 of Google, you pretty well don't exist? How many of you realize that? Yeah, so today we're going to be hearing from Tyrone Shum, and Tyrone is a top internet marketer. He started very early in the internet business, had a number of them, is very highly rated throughout the community, and he recently got one of his websites to the first page of Google, I think the first 2 rankings, in 5 months for the very highly competitive keyword of outsourcing. Very highly competitive. And so he's going to be sharing with you today a bit about how does Google decide who is on page 1? What can you do to try and help you with that? And he's also going to explain why right now is the ideal time. If your competitor is currently dominating a certain search term on Google, now is the ideal time to actually get started because Google's made some changes, I'm not going to go into it, that kind of level the playing field. So you're in for a real treat. How many of you want to learn about getting on page 1 of Google? Thank you. Awesome. And how many of you would like to earn about another $10,000, maybe $20,000 without leaving your bedroom or office? Yeah? So we'd all love that, right? So you're going to be hearing from Alex Coulson, who was very kindly just introduced me. And Alex is a top video marketer, very successful video marketer. He's had over 8 million views on YouTube. But more than that, he has generated tens of thousands of dollars for his offline consulting business by using those videos. How many of you are interested in learning about that? Thank you. And has anyone ever written an ad before? Have you ever written advertising, maybe on a website, something like that? How many of you like writing all those words? No? Well, a few people. Awesome. So we're going to be hearing from Jesse Forrest, who is Australia's leading copywriter. He's worked with very successful entrepreneurs, Alex Mendozian, Dr. DeMartini from The Secret, a lot of high-level entrepreneurs, and he's helped them all bring in millions of dollars just from the words they use. So copywriting is the words you use in your advertising. So he's going to be sharing with you how you can improve your own copywriting skills. How many are interested in that? Thank you. And of course, you're going to be learning from me. So we're going to be covering a number of different things. How many of you currently have a website? How many not have a website yet? Awesome, okay. So I'm going to be covering for both of you, how do you get websites built? So if you've got an existing website, you might need to change it. How do you get them built for under $1,000? How many are interested in that? Thank you. And also, how do you build a website that actually sells, that generates results and return on investment? How many of you actually want to make money from your website? Thank you. And we're also going to be covering, in a moment, how do you get in front of your ideal customer? Who is your ideal customer? How do you get people coming to you that you love to deal with and are going to spend lots of money with you? And how do you make sure you do all of this profitably? You know, who wants to make sure you actually make money in your business? Thank you. Exactly. All right, so over the last 10 years, I've been in business. And as Alex said, I started when I was 15. And I failed miserably. My first ever business, like most entrepreneurs, failed miserably. Since then, I've been very fortunate. I've built and sold 3 businesses, and I've generated revenues north of $1 million and worked one-on-one with entrepreneurs, over 100 entrepreneurs and small business owners. But throughout it all, the biggest challenge I always had was getting new customers. How many can relate to that? Thank you. So I started to study. My first ever business failed miserably because I learned a very fundamental lesson. Without customers, you have no business. And so I started studying, how do I get customers? What do I need to do? I'm not a kind of salesperson. I've done telemarketing, cold calling, picked up the phone. I hated it. How many of you can relate to that? It's not really in my blood. I think you need to have a certain type of personality. That's my opinion. So that's why I like marketing, because marketing gets them calling you. How many want people calling you? Yeah, thank you. So I studied a lot. I've studied under a lot of marketing masters. I've made lots of mistakes in marketing. I've sent out brochures without contact details. I even made a mistake yesterday. How many of you got a text from me that said, hey? Just said, hey. Thank you. That was a mistake. I'm still making mistakes all the time. And then you got the right message, which is fantastic. But while I've made all these mistakes, I've also had some great successes. I've been able to generate over 300 new leads in 1 week. How many would like 300 new leads in 1 week for your business? Thank you. I've been able to generate tens of thousands of dollars just from emails that I've sent out and flyers that have gone out. How many are interested in being able to do that? Thank you. So